normally don't like the tour of the interface lessons, because if I haven't actually used it for something, I really won't remember it. I generally learn how to use the layout when that specific tool comes up. Then it's more ingrained in my brain. So we're just going to take a brief look at the layout of Affinity Photo 2. Very brief. When you first open Affinity Photo 2, the screen will look like this. Black with all the doodads over here grayed out. Do not panic. That doesn't mean that you opened it wrong, there's something wrong with your program, or any of those other things that you can possibly think of that are going to ruin your day. The first thing you need to do is to bring an image into the program before it will ever show you anything. So right here, I'm going to go File and Open, and click on this image called Mountain Laurel, and open it in my program. So now notice everything lights up like a Christmas tree, and we should be ready to go. Now, one thing we're going to do, or the only thing we're going to do, is to take a look at the main areas on the screen. As we use the program, all this other stuff will become more familiar. It better. I'm really counting on it. Now over here on the left-hand side of the screen, you have all of your tools. These tools, when you do a mouse over on them, will tell you what it is. This one is a color picker. This one is a paintbrush tool. And my favorite one, the crop tool, which I have probably used in every program that I've ever used, and the only one, unfortunately, I ever used in Photoshop. The menu bar is up here. This is basically the command center, and will sort of control the rest of it. Right under the menu bar is the toolbar, and you can see there are a lot of tools here. This toolbar has these 5 colorful icons, and they are called personas. We won't get into what the personas actually do yet, because I haven't. Then we have the toolbar that's right under that toolbar, and it's called the contextual toolbar. This toolbar won't stay the same, but will actually change every time you click on a tool. So if we click on the color picker tool, notice that this has changed. We click on the paintbrush tool, and notice this has changed. So basically, this toolbar will show you the context of each of the tools that you select. That's probably why it's called the contextual toolbar. Then over here on the right, you have the panels or studios. In Photoshop, they usually call these panels, but I'll try to break that habit and call them studios. And the reason is because if you go up here into the window where you can control what appears in your studios or your panels, you will see that you have studio right here, and that it will say hide studio and reset studio, show left studio and right studio and all that. It never says that it's a panel. So I'm going to try to break that habit and stop calling that panels, but instead I'll call them studios. Now right here you see all these little things are checked. All these check boxes will tell you what's over here that is appearing over here in the panels. So if you went over here to brushes and you clicked on brushes to uncheck it, you'll see that brushes have now gone away. If you go to window again and you want to get rid of color and click on color, you'll get rid of color, which was up here next to the histogram. And then if you go back under window and you click adjustment because you want to add it, and you hit on adjustment, it will add an adjustment studio or panel over there. If you've played around a lot with this because you thought you were having a good time and you don't remember what you unchecked or checked, don't panic. All you have to do to reset the whole thing back to the beginning is to go down here to Reset Studio and click Reset Studio, and everything will go back to the way it was. So you really haven't screwed everything up just because you played around with it. So check or uncheck to add panels and all that, and so that's how you add or subtract the studios over here. I keep calling them panels. Now right here you have the icon toolbar. Just like the other ones, if you mouse over it, it will tell you what it is. This one that looks like the Japanese flag is the mask layer. This is the adjustments and layer effects. So again, we'll get into that a little bit later as soon as we know what we're doing. And of course, you have all this in the middle, which most programs call a canvas. This one calls it a canvas also. So this is the canvas. That's my intro, short and sweet like I promised. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you can be alerted when the next mini lesson pops up.